Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. After years of lobbying by the local community, construction starts today on a new public high school at Madawi. Premier Chris Minns will turn the first sod on the project later this morning. It will feature 29 classrooms, specialist workshops and laboratories, a multi-purpose hall, library and sports facilities. The school is expected to welcome its first students from the start of Term 1 in 2027. Meanwhile, Premier Chris Minns says the People's Blockade planned for Newcastle later this year could have an impact on tourism. Rising Tide is planning a blockade of Newcastle Harbour in late November in an attempt to stop coal exports. Chris Minns has told the ABC while he supports the right of people to protest, there can be negative flow-on effects.
It's worth having a look at some of the implications for this protest. I know that the Venus Viking, which is a cruise ship which had planned to dock in Newcastle for a couple of days during the protest period, has decided not to come to the Hunter at all. Now, that's 900 passengers that were going to spend money. Now, that opportunity will be missed. That's one of the negative consequences.
3 more housing projects earmarked for the Hunter and Central Coast have been declared state significant. It would speed up the delivery of almost 600 homes, including shop-top housing above the Sydney Junction Hotel at Hamilton and the Gunya Hotel at Belmont. The Hunter and Central Coast Property Council is welcoming the move, but says it needs to be matched with supporting infrastructure like the road network, parks and schools to cater for the expected population influx. Verdant Earth executives admit millions of seedlings would have to be planted to satisfy Redbank Power Station as a biomass burner. The proposal to reboot the mothballed power station was refused by the Independent Planning Commission last week over concerns too much vegetation will be taken from the local environment. CEO Richard Poole has told the State Renewable Energy Zones inquiry it would plant fast-growing shrubs.
The practical reality of it is, for example, is we need to plant, for 1,000 hectares, we will plant 2.5 million seedlings. So the actual part is we talk to the DPI and the CSIRO about a seed bank. So we have to create the seed bank and then we have to go out and plant that.
The company is reviewing its options following the refusal. Year 12 students across the region have one final sprint ahead of them before ending their studies. Students will be farewelling classes today with celebrations at Morisset High School. There'll be colour runs and water fights. Principal Darren Brayley says there's a big world ahead of the students and learning in the age of artificial intelligence is a challenge.
We take different angles with AI now in terms of assessing and how we look at how kids progress in their learning. But, they embrace it, they take on challenges, I find a lot more easier and see where it leads them. So I think, they're more resilient than what we probably give them credit for.
Lake Macquarie lifeguards say they're ready for the summer beach season with patrols kicking off across the region from tomorrow. More than a dozen beaches from Bennett's Beach at Hawk's Nest to Catherine Hill Bay will see lifeguards on patrol 7 days a week until April. Lake Macquarie lifeguards made about 60 rescues last year and they're expecting this season to be even busier with warmer temperatures drawing more people to the beach.
2NURFM Sport.
Newcastle cricketer Kiva Bray is in the New South Wales Breakers squad for their WNCL opener against Victoria today. The 16-year-old enjoyed a breakout campaign with her state and the Sydney Sixers in the WBBL last season, which led to her selection in the Aussie Under-19 World Cup side. First ball is set for 10 a.m. in Melbourne. French international Michael Gudimond is the first marquee signing to be announced ahead of the 2026 Newcastle Rugby League season. The 100-plus game Super League veteran will link up with Macquarie after the Scorpions missed out on a marquee player last season. Elsewhere, former Knights coach Adam O'Brien looks set to join Cameron Ciraldo's coaching staff at the Bulldogs following his exit from Newcastle. And Jets defender Max Cooper has signed his first professional contract with the club after playing every minute in his side's run to next week's Australia Cup final. That's Sport, I'm Will McGrath.
And the winning numbers in Powerball are 1, 5, 6, 8, 17, 19 and 20, and the Powerball is 12. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.